Joining us now, Democratic Senator from Maryland and chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Senator Ben Cardin. Senator, thank you for taking the time. I know you were personally involved in trying to secure the release of Russian opposition leader and journalist and green card holder Vladimir Kara-Murza. He's now receiving his medical treatment in Germany. You met with his family, who live in Virginia, back in April. And while you haven't had a chance to speak with him yet, I understand. What do you think our viewers need to know about this man and why it is so significant that he was among those freed?
And first of all, it's good to be with you. It speaks to Americans' foreign policy wrapped in our values. We bring Americans home. We do everything we possibly can. That's the principal purpose of our foreign policy, is to promote our values. We deal with countries, authoritarian countries, where they are transactional. They have no concern about the individual. I just really want to applaud the Biden administration for putting this together. It involves several countries. It's been over a long period of time. Navalny was originally part of it. Of course, as you know, he passed away. It's a complicated situation. Kara-Murza I know well. I know his wife well. He's a hero. Putin's tried to kill him twice. I've had a chance to meet with him. He's testified before our committees. I know that his family is just so relieved that he's safe now, and I can't wait to give him a hug.
Given your experience on the Foreign Relations Committee, I wonder, how do you respond to those criticizing the deal, noting that the U.S. and allies had to give up 2 convicted international hackers, an alleged spy, a convicted killer in this exchange? Former President Trump saying this is a win for Putin. Could Putin be further emboldened, or other countries, to take more American prisoners?
Make no mistake about it, this is a victory for America. It's a victory for our values. We brought Americans home. We got them out of harm's way. We got them out of being held in an oppressive way. So this is a victory for our policy wrapped in our values. We are dealing with authoritarian regimes. We recognize that they're going to be transactional. They don't care about values. But we have to stick to our values. And a warning to Americans: don't travel to Russia. We know Russia wouldn't hesitate to take more Americans as hostages in an effort to make additional trades. But this was absolutely the right thing to do. And quite frankly, when I look at the trade-offs here, I think President Biden did an outstanding job in these negotiations.
American school teacher Mark Fogel is still behind bars in Russia. His family's calling it glaring injustice. Take a listen to what his sister, Ann Fogel, said on our air just a couple of hours ago.
Asking Russia for a humanitarian release, that's never happened in history that they've done that. There's no reason for it to happen now. It's almost laughable and insulting. Mark needs to be designated as wrongfully detained today.
Senator, what's your reaction? Could more have been done for him? And do you know anything about the ongoing efforts related to his detainment?
We know that it is a priority for us to get all Americans home. So it's absolutely a priority. Every day we have specialists in the State Department, and it's all they do is to work on every unlawfully detained and every person, American, who is being mistreated by another country, keeping in touch with the families and looking for opportunities. So absolutely, we want to get him home. And I agree, we should do everything in our power to bring him back to the United States.
You said in a press release, we need to, quote, collectively work to deter rogue regimes from detaining Americans. How do you do that?
Well, I'm responsible for some sanctions that have been imposed against these individuals. I think individual sanctions do work. That means the people responsible for these unlawful detentions were restricted. They can't come to the United States. And it's not just the United States. We work with our European allies and with UK. So and Canada. We also freeze them from using the international banking system. That has real consequences, so that we deter others from participating in these types of illegal activities.
Senator Ben Cardin, thank you very much for joining us.